Hello friends, my name is Shivamana Sasoi. I am from Kolhapur. Today's date is 27 October 2022. Today's video topic is OOPS in Java. As the name suggests, object-oriented program or OOPS refers to language that use objects in programming. They use objects as a primary source to implement what is to happen in the code. Objects are seen by the viewer or user performing task assigned by you. Object-oriented program aims to implement the real-world entities like inheritance, hiding, polymorphism, etc. In programming, the main aim of OOPS is to bind together the data and the functions that operate on them so that no other part of the code can access the data except that function. Let us discuss the preparation by the polishing concept, method declaration, and message passing. Starting off with the method declaration, it consists of six components. First, access modifier define the access type of the method, that is from where it can be accessed in your application in Java. There are four types of access specifier. First public, second protector, third private, and fourth default. First public, accessible in all classes in your application. Second protected, accessible within the package in which is defined and in its subclasses, including subclasses declaration outside the packages. Third is private, accessible only within the class in which it is defined. Fourth one is default defined within using any modifier. Accessible within the same class and packages within which is class is defined. The return data type. Uh, the return data type. Uh, the data type of the value returns by the method or void if it does not return a value. Method name, the rules from field name apply to method names as well, but the conversation is a little different. Parameters list, comma separate list of the input parameters that are defined uh, precise by their data type within the enclosed parentheses. If there are no parentheses, you must use empty parentheses. Exceptions, the exception you expect the method to throw, you can specify these exceptions. Method body, it is the block of code enclosed between breaks that you need to execute to perform your intended operations. Message passing, object communication. Object communicate with one another by sending and receiving information to each other. A message for an object is a request for executions of producer and therefore will invoke a function in the receiving object that generates that desired result. Message passing involving specifying the name of the object, the name of the function, and the information to be sent. OOPS concepts are as follow: class object. OOPS concept as follow: class object, method passing, four pillars: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, compile time polymorphism, and runtime polymorphism. A class, a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. It represents the set properties or methods that are common to all objects of one type. Using classes, you can create multiple objects with the same behavior instead of writing their code multiple times. This including classes from object occurring more than once in your code. In general, class declaration can include these components in order. First, modifier. A class can be public or have default access. Class name. The class name should begin with the initial letter capitalized by convention. Superclass, the name of the class parents, if any preceded by the keyword extend. A class can only extend one parents. Interface, a comma separate list on interface implemented by the class. If any preceded by the keyword implement, a class can implement more than one interface. Body, the class's body is surrounded by breaks. uh, an object is a basic unit of object oriented programming that represent real life entities. Types of Java programming creates many objects which, as you know, interact by invoking method. The objects are what perform your code. They are the part of your code visible to the viewers, users. And objects mainly consist of first state. It is the represented by the attributes of an object. It also reflects the properties of an object. Second is behavior. It is represented by the method of an object. It is also reflect the response of an object to the other objects. Third is identity. It is a unique name given to an object that enables it is an interact with other objects. For this method, a method is a collection of statements that performs some specific task and returns the result to the caller. A method can perform some specific task without returning anything. Method allows use resource the code within a retyping it. Pillar first, abstraction. Data abstraction is the property by virtue of which only the essential details are displayed to the user. The trivials or non-essential units are not displayed to their users. Example, a car is viewed as a car rather than in individual components. Data abstraction may also be defined as the process of identifying only the required characteristics of an object, ignoring the irrelevant details. The properties and behavior of an object differentiate it from other objects of similar types and also help in classifying, grouping the objects. Consider a real life example of driving a car. The man only known that the pressing the accelerator will increasing the car speed or applying brakes will stop the car, but that does not know how on pressing the accelerator the speed is actually increasing. He does not know about the inner machines of the car or the implementation of acceleration, brakes, etc. In the car. This is the what is the abstraction. Second pillar is encapsulation. It is defined as the wrapping up of the data under a single unit. It is the machine that binds together the code and the data it manipulates. Another way to think about the encapsulation is that it is a protective shield that prevent the data from being accessibility the code outside the shell. Technical in encapsulation, the variable or the data in classes hiding from the any other class and can be accessed only through any member functions of the class in which they are declared. Thank you.